Hey guys, it's Nate again. My guys did some videos, put them together, so they want me to react to it. So let's have some fun. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, by the way.
TikTok quick finance tip. I really love this. It's something that I enjoy doing. So real estate. A lot of people talk about investing in real estate. Look, most people are taught invest in an IRA or a Roth IRA. What's funny is if you make over $122,000 per year, you can't by law actually invest in a Roth IRA. The other thing I don't like about retirement accounts is you can't really access without a huge fat fee until you've invested in it 30, 40 years. So you get to enjoy retirement once you're 65, have arthritis, and you're going to die in like 20 years anyways, okay?
Yeah, he's right. Listen, I don't think that people should. You have to understand that investment strategies aren't the same for every individual. And that's why it's important to find somebody who knows what they're doing and is educated. IRA is designed for people who are working inside of a system and they don't have a lot of money. They're not loaded with cash, right? And in my opinion, without making it too complex. Whereas real estate, although you don't need a lot of money, it's almost always going to be a better investment than anything else. I think that it's not a bad idea to have an IRA and then also, or Roth IRA specifically, and also have real estate, right? It's called diversification. So to say which one exclusively you should have, I think you should have both, if possible.
So what I prefer is when you're earning money, whether you're at a job, you're self-employed, invest in real estate, commercial real estate, okay? Because it's paying you every single month. Imagine being able to take all that money and save it and save it and save it and buy an apartment complex or invest in rentals. They're paying you a check every month and you don't have to wait till you're 65. So
That's
financial investment tip of the day.
That's not really, I mean, invest in real estate.
Just sell drugs and pay for the house in cash. That's a terrible idea. You worked so hard, you broke the law, you put yourself at risk of going to prison, and then you give all that hard-earned money back to the bank? That's a terrible idea. Even drug dealers should take their money, compound it, get their money making them money, so someday they don't have to be a criminal. Say no drugs.
Basically what he's saying is that instead of buying a house cash, you're basically giving away all your capital. See, capital is power, right? And so if you have leverage, if you have capital, if you have assets, you have capital to spend, it gives you power and to make more money. The more money you have, the more money you make. And so what he's saying is that because particularly mortgages are a lot easier to get, keep the cash in your pocket, right? And then turn around and make money for you. And so if you paid cash for a house, let's flip it around. If you got a mortgage at, let's say 3%, which right now it's about 3%, you can turn around and put your cash into any type of business or in tons of investment accounts. For example, S&P is over 8% annually, year-over-year return. S&P 500 stock market. So if you put your money into S&P, you're going to get an 8% return on average. Whereas your mortgage is only costing you 3% to borrow. And so borrow the money at 3% and then use your cash to make money at 8%. So you're making a net profit on your money of 5% annually, relative to where if you do not, if you pay cash for your house, then you just have a house just paid for in cash and you're not making any money. You're essentially at zero. And so what he's saying is that leverage the money, the bank's money for your house and use your money to make you more.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. As Muslims, we're not allowed to pay interest, and frankly, nobody really likes to pay it anyway. So here are 4 ways to help you reduce or avoid interest altogether. Number 1, if you're finding it's hard to pay off your credit card every month, prioritize paying that off because they charge the highest interest rates, and then just get rid of it. It's not worth the extra points.
I had this conversation with a really close Muslim friend of mine, and when he talked about interest, my understanding was that if the interest is a bad interest, like if it's a bad debt, then that's how he looks at it. And so I don't know if they're not allowed to have interest at all, But my understanding is if the interest makes sense, like a home purchase or an appreciating asset, then you can pay interest.
At least until you get your finances in order. Number 2, get a good loan.
Don't carry credit card balances. If you can't afford to buy something and pay it off, then don't pay. Listen, I have a credit card every month. I pay off that statement balance every month. I don't even use a bank card. I only exclusively use a credit card, because when you go to if I make a large purchase, $2,000-$3,000 or whatever, $10,000, whatever, if I use my debit card, the bank's going to lock it up. The bank's going to say no. I got to call the bank. They're going to tell me, how I can spend my money, how I can't. Instead, what I do is I use a credit card. Number 1, you get points and you get free money for paying for your things you're already going to buy. Number 2, you get 30 days to pay it. So you're able to leverage the credit card, the bank's money during the time that you're consuming the products that you're purchasing. And number 3, you don't have to worry about carrying around a bank card, which is going to lock up on you, ATM or having a bunch of different banks. Like for me, I have like 4 or 5 different banks. Instead, I just pay one bill at the end of the month for all my different accounts, or for one specific account. And if I have a business credit card, and I have a personal credit card, I use a personal for my personal, business for my business, and I pay those 2 invoices every month. That's all I do. Then all my expenses are logged into my credit cards. It's really easy for the accountant at the end of the year, which was my number 30, which, by the way, I kind of got lost. It's been a long day, guys. I'm trying hard to do these videos for you guys, so please like and subscribe.
Or a qard hasan from somebody that you have a trusting relationship with. This is especially relevant if you are a student and you have a student debt, or if you have some
this
other
guy talking about
debt,
getting 0%
and you're more
interest
likely
loans.
to want to pay this off sooner because of that trusting relationship
Where can you
that you
get
want to
those?
maintain.
Don't ever expect to get a 0% interest loan, and don't ever ask someone for that. That's disrespectful to them and their money. They earned that money, and then you're expecting to borrow something for nothing. That's like charity. Like, it's like somebody mowing your grass and like, I appreciate you mowing my grass, but I'll pay you one day, or I'm not gonna pay you at all. Thanks. Here's a high five. That's not. Don't do that. If somebody lets you borrow money, you should pay them interest. That's their money. It's not yours. And while you're using it, they can't use it.
3, try to save up for lump sum payments to make on the principal balance of your loan. This really reduces the amount of interest that you pay over time. Number 4, and probably the most important, live within your means and don't compare yourself to other people. Act your wage, not your age.
Very important. All right, live within your means. Don't stretch out beyond your means. That's huge, huge, huge. If you make 60, live like you make 30. And at least do that until you build a decent cushion to where you have a nice solid foundation, a nice little bit of money in the account, or some type of savings account, or ideally investment account. Saving accounts are worthless, so don't have a savings account, but an investment account. Invest your money, allow it to make money for you. Get to a position where you've stacked up enough money where it pays your personal bills. So if I have my personal bills are $3,000 a month, and I'm getting an 8% return on my money, that means I need roughly 3% return, 3,000, 8%. So you need about roughly $400,000 in order to pay your personal expenses passively, right, through your investments. And so you put your $400,000 in an investment account. At the end of the year, you have enough money to pay your bills, and everything else you make goes straight into the account, or you can do recreational activities or whatever else you want to do with it, or continue to stack it up so where you can live a better, more comfortable life. It's completely up to you. But the reality is, I agree 100%. At the very beginning, live below your means and stay there, and that way you let your money work for you. Very, very important.
Look like they're living in luxury, but their debt situation can be worse than yours.
Anyone can have 10K laying around. In fact, the first time I had 10K, I think I was 18 years old, working for a minimum wage, 30 hours a week of, I think it was $6.50 an hour back then. Now I looked up your profile and it looks like you live in Baltimore. The minimum wage there is $11.75 an hour. If you wanted to save an extra 10K, you would have to work 851 more hours than you already do. Over 2 years or 52 weeks, that's 8.2 more hours a week. That's one more work day, a little bit of overtime, and you'd have 10 grand saved up.
Here's what he doesn't tell you. Take taxes too. See, taxes come out of that money. So you're not going to have taxes, you got to take another 30% off the top. So you're probably 1,100, 1,200 extra hours, not 800.
You can also get an extra roommate. If you get someone to pay $500 a month, 20 months, that's not even 2 years,
true.
we'll get you an extra $10K in your bank account.
Always, if you're young, single, whatever, if you have your own place, get a couple roommates that you like, that you enjoy being around, vet them properly, make sure that they're going to be able to pay their bills, get first and last. That way, in case they decide they're going to move out, you're still getting paid. And so, use that money, allow them to pay your mortgage for you. Great strategy for a lot of young people. Highly recommend it.
Ways you can turn your smartphone into a cash machine. Number 1, create videos and photos on a topic you're interested in. Number 2, consistently post those videos and photos on social media. Number 3, attract an audience and then sell products to that audience.
He's talking about building a brand, essentially, building a following, and then selling products to those people, monetizing them. That's what it's called. Maybe that's what I'm trying to do to you right now, monetize you. I haven't sold you anything yet, but I should be selling you something. Like and subscribe. I'm going to continue to make more videos. We're just going to keep making them. Hopefully you guys learn something. I learned a lot of stuff that I know today from videos just like this. So I appreciate you guys. We're going to, until the next one, have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe. Adios.